back, relax, and maybe get yourself a snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hi guys, it's me again, and guess what? I've done it again. I've got more books. How does this happen? I don't know, but I'm very happy because it means I get to do another book haul, and I love doing book hauls. So let's get started. The first book I have to show you guys is one I was sent for review, and I will be having the review up super soon because I've already read this. It is River of Teeth by Sarah Gailey, and this was sent by Tor.com. I requested this because I heard that it was a world with feral hippos being bred in different marshlands in the south of America, and it was kind of a Wild West take on riding wild hippos. That was all I kind of needed to know. It's fantastic. I gave it a 4.5 stars. I'll have a review very soon. But yeah, I loved this and I would hugely recommend it. It comes out in May, so keep your eyes peeled because it will be out very, very soon. And it's fantastic. The next book I picked up because of Michael, who recommended it to me on Twitter. This is Katherine Kerr's Daggerspell. I believe he just read this one. It's the first one in the Devry series, I believe. And I've heard great things about Katherine Kerr. I've never read any of her work. It's about a girl who is flickering in and out of different realities and is kind of outside the reality of the world somehow, in a different incarnation of herself. And we follow some kind of sorcerer character who lives in the real corporal world, and he is, I think, following the three souls who are somehow linked and exist outside the plane of existence, and he has to follow these three souls throughout the planes of time. So I guess it's kind of a sci-fi fantasy crossover. It sounds a little bit of both. Definitely one I'm really excited to try out because I know when Michael finished the first one, he bought the next three in the series. So I'm hoping it's a good one and that I will feel the same way and do the same thing. But yeah, very excited to finally get to some of her work. The next one I picked up was because of James. Actually, I've heard a few people talk about it, but James was the one who most recently recommended it to me, and it is Nod by Adrien Barnes, which is so much smaller than I thought it was. It's like titchy. I don't know why I thought it was a much bigger book. I believe this is kind of on a zombies theme, but it's more about people not getting enough sleep, I think. And it's about what happens to your brain and what happens to you as a person and your personality and everything you do and how everything works inside of you when you don't get enough sleep. I believe the world is kind of going crazy because most people, I think only 1 in 10,000 can actually still sleep and the rest of them are not able to. So everyone is going crazy and kind of becoming like this weird alternative zombie race. It sounds kind of on a similar theme to The Girl with All the Gifts, which is a book kind of also about zombies but a different type from just the brain eating ones, and I really enjoyed that, so I'm hopeful I will enjoy this one as well. Continuing talking about zombie themes and The Girl with All the Gifts, that gives me a good lead into this one, which is The Boy on the Bridge by M.R. Carey. This is the sequel to The Girl with All the Gifts, although I don't believe it follows the same characters. All I know about this is that it follows a young boy who is in the same world as the characters from The Girl with All the Gifts, which is one taken over by kind of terror and some sort of zombie-like creatures. I don't want to spoil too much about The Girl with All the Gifts, so you should probably read that one first. I don't know if this one ties in too heavily with it. I only know that this boy is someone that the villagers believed could save them, and so they opened the gates and released him into the world and hoped that he would be able to save them. And that's all I know, and I mean, that sounds intriguing, and I really enjoyed his last book that I read, so I'm hopeful I'll like this. This one was sent to me for review, just turned up one day, and I was very happy to have it. So it comes out on the 4th of May, so very, very soon. The next one is a book I was sent by the author, and this is The Sons of Thestian by M.E. Vaughan. It came in a beautiful package, so I put it on my Instagram, and I just think it's lovely, and it was so beautifully wrapped, and there's a little note inside to me that was lovely as well. It's book one in the Harmatia, maybe? I believe this one is a YA or middle grade series that has a focus on Fae magic and also Celtic magic. It sounds like it's going to be a pretty fun story. It's about a prince visited by visions of death, and once the king dies and the queen, who is a tyrant, takes power, the kingdom of Harmatia lies in peril. The prince has to flee to get away from his tyrannical queen mother, and he goes into hiding in a fairy wood with some sort of companion who I guess he meets on the way. It sounds like it's going to be really fun. I've seen pretty good reviews of this on Goodreads and it seems like it's getting a fair bit of buzz, but I hadn't heard of it until I got it, and yeah, I'm hopeful I'll like it and read it very soon. The next one I have is called Godblind, and this is by Anna Stevens. And this one is one that I requested from Harper Voyager because I saw it on Twitter and it looked amazing. It's been pitched as a kind of grimdark fantasy in the same vein as Joe Abercrombie and Mark Lawrence, things like that, which always ticks my boxes because I like both of those authors a lot. It says, "The time has come for the veil between the worlds to be broken and for the red gods to unleash their fury." I have to say, as a side note, I love when gods interfere. I don't know why, I just find it really interesting, so I like that element already. And this time, no one can stop them. Godblind is the debut novel by Anna Stevens, a gritty, dark, visceral read from a new bloodthirsty voice of the fantasy genre. So it sounds pretty cool. I'm definitely loving the kind of crazy cover design. This is obviously an arc and it will look different when it's done, but yeah, it's really, really cool looking and I hope I like it. So I'll be reading this pretty soon as well. The next one is a book I bought for myself, and this one I bought because Mercedes pointed it out to me and said it sounded like my kind of thing and could I buy it so that we could do a buddy read, and I said yes, I can. This is the book of Bera by Suzie Wilde. It sounds as though it's a kind of Viking inspired story, which is fascinating to me because I haven't really read very much Viking inspired fantasy, to be honest, but I love the cover of this, and it looks like a Viking longship. The carvings and stuff is so beautiful. The cover was designed by Mark Ikob, so fantastic cover design. It's published by Unbound, who are a publisher that did this one, The Good Immigrant, which I absolutely adored. That's a non-fiction one. This is a fiction. I believe this is a first one in a series because the initial page says that it's only part 1, so I'm guessing there will be more coming. I believe this follows a young character called Bera, who is a seer. She is the only one in her clan who has this magical ability to see, and her mother dies when she is kind of coming into this gift, so she is abandoned to discover it for herself. Her village is kind of being beset by different illnesses and problems, so she decides she needs to mount a raid to go and find the mystical narwhale who has curing properties in his horn. And whilst that is happening, she does not know, but her father has sold her into a marriage that she does not want. So when she comes back from this fated mission, she finds out she's been sold into marriage and she has to do something about it. It's quite a short book, so that slightly worries me because I like fantasy to be long, but as it is only the first in a series, hopefully it is a really good start and we'll see where it goes from there. And the next two are books that I bought. The first one is one you'll already have seen on my channel, although I reviewed the audiobooks, and that is Just One Damn Thing After Another by Jodie Taylor, which is the first one in the Chronicles of St. Mary series. I flipping love this series. I've done a complete series review and it was just fantastic when I read it. I just adored it. I absolutely adored it. So I can't recommend it more highly, but if you want to know more, watch my review. It's about a history team who goes back in time to various different events in history that are quite key to discover about what really happened in that time period. And it's witty, it's funny, it's very English, it's very much based around tea and jam and drinks and rollicking adventures and madness. It's just so fun and I love the series so much that I couldn't not own a physical edition, so I bought myself the first one. However, there are currently 8 in the series and I couldn't afford to get them all straight away, so I'm going to pick them up one by one over time. But because the 8th one literally just came out, I also bought the 8th one, and that is And the Rest is History, also by Jodie Taylor. As I say, this is the 8th one in the series, so yeah, I've missed out quite a few, but I already own them on audio. I just don't have the physical edition yet. I will be picking them up. I think these are really beautiful designs. They did have a different design, but they've just updated the series to these new covers, and I think they look really, really cool in various different colours. So I'm definitely looking forward to buying the rest, but that will have to happen when I've got a bit more money. So I will do that at some point though. And yeah, they look really cool on the shelf together. So that is everything I currently have. It is definitely an exciting book haul and I'm looking forward to so many of these. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of them or if you're planning to buy them when some of them come out. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!
Thank you for watching my video today. Go pick up a book, then come back and chat with me again.